I think every living person can benefit from this documentary.
All things are man's, and he chooses that which he will have. Today he chooses in ignorance, tomorrow he shall choose in wisdom.
Everything that's going on now around us, whatever kind of problems we were talking about, it comes from lack of education, it comes from lack of self-esteem, lack of positive thinking.
Men fly from creed to creed and find unrest. They travel in many lands and discover disappointment. They build themselves beautiful mansions and plant pleasant gardens and reap weariness, heaviness, and discomfort. Not until a man falls back upon the truth within himself does he find rest and satisfaction. Not until he builds the inward mansion of faultless conduct does he find the endless and incorruptible joy. And having obtained that, he will infuse it into all his outward doings and possessions.
It has been established by psychologists and neuroscientists that every person in the world carries on an ongoing dialogue, or self-talk, of between 150 and 300 words a minute. This works out to between 45,000 and 51,000 thoughts a day. Most of our self-talk is harmless thoughts that serve our daily activities, like, I need to stop at the cleaners. The danger is when inner dialogue takes on a negative connotation, such as, I'll never be a winner, or why does this always happen to me? Affirmations are how we communicate our conscious objectives and desires to both our conscious and subconscious minds for behavioural change.
Life can be such fun. I am positive, focused and happy.
William James described affirmative prayer as an element of the American metaphysical healing movement that he called the mind cure. He described it as America's only decidedly original contribution to the systemic philosophy of life. William James was a pioneering American psychologist and philosopher, trained as a medical doctor. He wrote influential books on the young science of psychology, educational psychology, and psychology of religious experience. Affirmations. The concept of affirmations has never changed in the history of mankind, even though man has developed and we're now in the modern 21st century. This statement is a fact, not fiction.
Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it to infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer.
Affirmations have been used by every living person throughout history. This is a fact. And affirmations will be used by every living person who will come into this world in the future. This is a fact.
How to develop faith? There comes now a statement which will give a better understanding of the importance the principle of autosuggestion assumes in the transmutation of desire into its physical or monetary equivalent. Namely, faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion.
Affirmations are the oldest known tools for the development and positive thinking of mankind, and they're also the only known tool for the development of the future of mankind. This is a fact.
Repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith.
Affirmations are the only known tools that have not changed since the dawn of time. In the 20th century, thousands upon thousands of books have been written on the subject of achieving goals, personal development, personal transformations, self-esteem, positive thinking, the law of attraction, and healing your life through your mind. All these books are based on affirmations, even though they have different titles.
No one is doomed to bad luck. There are millions of people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent.
98% of these books are written for adults, adults who've strayed in their thinking and developed bad habits. The aim is for them to get back on track and be the person they can be, and to live in a loving, giving world. All the books that have been written on personal development have been written for adults. The truth of the fact is that every living person in the world uses these same tools advocated in these books, but the vast majority of the people of the world are not aware of it, even though every living person on the planet uses these tools.
Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought.
Hard facts about affirmations. These hard facts are evident in all countries of the world. They're evident in all languages spoken in the world, and they're also evident in every living person of the world.
Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force which attracts other similar or related thoughts.
For example, if we take a year-old baby from anywhere in the world, and that baby is learning to speak, you will find that the baby will repeat over and over again the same word until it becomes printed in the subconscious mind of that baby. It will be there until it becomes a habit. This is the basis of affirmations, which begins in every living person in the world. Affirmations can be found in every single school of the world. When school children are asked to repeat the alphabet over and over again till they know every single letter, this is affirmations. Affirmations are found in every religion of the world. If you recite a prayer over and over again, this is affirmations. Affirmations are found in every sport of the world. Repetition of action towards the attainment of any given goal is affirmations. Affirmations are repetition of thoughts. They are tangible, physical actions towards perfecting some desired goal. Rudyard Kipling recognized this when he said, "Of course, words are the most powerful drugs used by man." Muhammad Ali, throughout his life, repeated the immortal words, "I am the greatest." He became known as the greatest boxer in the history of the sport, and he became the iconic sporting personality of the 20th century. By his commitment to affirmations, he confirmed the power of affirmations as fact. Mahatma Gandhi used the words liberation through non-violence. He inspired over 200 million people to take up the cause until it became a reality. And throughout, he used these words to liberate India from British rule. This is the power of affirmations. Martin Luther King was so inspired by Mahatma Gandhi that he used the same inspiration to win the hearts and minds of the people of the world towards the unfair and unjust treatment of black people in America, where they had no rights. "I have a dream" became the beacon light of hope and the memorable mantra for millions in America. His immortal "I have a dream" speech was simply littered with affirmations. Any country that adopts this idea will reap the benefits of producing people that will excel themselves. They will have their people live in peace and harmony, reduce crime, bullying and domestic violence, and equally important, save trillions of pounds in the process. And that money can be used for better things, to make people's lives richer, in terms of being proud of their country.